If you're new to the world of 4K like I was a few years ago and you don't know what films look good or sound good, then look no further. Let's go on with the video and I'll give you my recommendations. Rock until you drop. Dance until your heart stops. Rock until you drop. Alright everyone, Jody Paul here. Welcome back as always to Magpie Movies. Thank you for joining me. Today is part one of a new series. So far, I think I'm going to do it in 3 parts, but I don't know how long I'll get or how far I'll get in it. And it's all about basically, if you have a Blu-ray and you have a 4K telly, is it worth the extra £10 to £25 to upgrade that movie from 1080p to 4K? Is the picture quality that much of a boost? Is the sound quality any better? So within this video, I'm going to show you some of the movies which I own, which I think are worth that upgrade. So before we continue, thanks again for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for whenever you get a new video, you'll be the first to know. And also if you like this video, give us a thumbs up because it helps the channel grow. So with that being said, let's crack on to my recommendations. I'd just like to add on that I don't know about 4K intermediate, 2K intermediate, upgrade from 1080p to 4K. I don't know about specifications and things like that. I am purely going to tell you, my viewers, what I think looks good on my telly and where you can look at it and go, wow, that's a great picture. And also, oh, that sounds much better. That's basically what it is. I'm not going to go into specifications or specifics, but that's just a warning for you, okay? Anyway, let's crack on with the video. Right, now we've got all that stuff out of the way about the intros and everything. Let's just crack on. So these are all going to be in, he says, touch wood, alphabetical order. So these are going to go from A to Z, numerical to Z, whatever it may be. So anyway, the first movie that I recommend is something that I did own on Blu-ray. Something that I watched, really liked, bought it, and then upgraded. And that is 14 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Excellent film for itself. It is a Michael Bay film, but it's not as much explosions as you would think in it. The picture quality in this is very, very good. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's got Dolby Vision, it's got Dolby Atmos, and it's a great movie to boot. It's one of those where you put it on and you go, oh yeah, you can tell the difference. The Blu-ray to the 4K is chalk and cheese. It's just a step up in any way, really. So yeah, so my first recommendation is 13 Hours, the Michael Bay film with James Badge Dale, John Krasinski. Yeah, like I said, Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, and it's on for 2 hours and 24 minutes. But yes, highly recommend that one. So my first choice for you to pick up is 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Next up is a film that I'm guessing whoever owns a 4K has it. Not only is the 3D for this movie really good, but the 4K is what you would buy a 4K telly for. It is excellent. And of course it is Denis Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049. Again, this has got Dolby Atmos and Dolby Audio. It's a very good film to boot, but I'm not discussing how good these films are. Whether you like the films that I'm going to show or not, that's irrelevant to this video. It's just purely going to be talking about the picture quality. This is very good. The textures, the dark levels, the sound, the crispness of uniforms and costumes is very, very good. So this is another recommendation, Blade Runner 2049, and it's got Ana de Armas in it, which is a plus point for me, but we're not talking about her, we're talking about the picture. But yes, crisp, clear picture, Blade Runner 2049, definitely 100% worth the one in 4K. Okay, so next up is my favourite film of last year. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am wearing a different hoodie. I am actually recording this on a different day. But yeah, so anyway, we'll carry on. And that is Dune. I got this imported before it got released here. The picture quality is immense. With any Steelbook and with any Blu-ray, with this one as well. This has got Dolby Vision on it. And it's got HDR. 4K picture, and this is unreal. Comparing it to the Blu-ray, which I watched here and then finished it in 4K downstairs, there's a completely difference in the upscale. It was great on the soundbar, a lot of bass, but obviously I don't have Dolby Atmos, I'm afraid, so I can't speak on behalf of the Atmos for it. But the picture quality of this, especially when they're out in the sand, and then obviously the dunes of Arrakis is very good. I just love this film, and once I saw it, I thought it's going to be look immense in 4K, and it is. It's a very good looking picture, and the sound quality is there to boot as well. So yes, next recommendation for you is Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Next, we have a Christopher Nolan film. Yeah, this film is one I enjoyed at the cinema. Again, like I said previous, I looked forward to owning it. And when I got my 4K tellies, it was one of the first 4Ks I got, and that is Dunkirk. Not only is it an amazing film, which I'm not going to go into, but the picture quality on this is fantastic. There's a certain scene in it with Tom Hardy as a Spitfire pilot, along with his colleague, who's also a Spitfire pilot, having kind of dogfight with a Nazi plane. And you can see it kind of goes IMAX for a part of it, and you can see the glistening of the water. It just looks amazing. It almost looks like you're looking out of a plane's window at the sea itself. So yeah, Dunkirk, the sound quality again is very good, but yeah, this is such a great picture film. I mean, it's one of my first go-tos. Just one of my friends comes round and says, show me 4K, I'll show him that dogfight scene on Dunkirk. It is amazing. So my my next recommendation is Dunkirk. Up next, we have David Lynch's The Elephant Man. This is from 1980. Yes, 1980. One of my favourite films when I was growing up. It is a tearjerker. It is a very good film. But again, it's not about that. It's about the picture. Now, this is a black and white film. Don't think you're going to get this. It'll be in colour, because it's not. But I'm sure anyone who knows movies will know that this is a black and white movie. But oh my goodness me, the way that Vintage Classics and Studio Canal have upscaled this from the 1080p, from obviously the 1980s negative up to the 1080p, up to the 4K, is stupendous. This is an exceptional picture upgrade. If you love the Elephant Man, then I highly, highly recommend you upgrade it to 4K. Even if it doesn't necessarily have to be in this collector's edition box that I got. I only got this box because I love the film and I wanted the best edition you can get of it. But for you, if you're just a normal person who wants to see the film to enjoy it, get the 4K. It's such a good film and picture. Sorry, it's such a good picture. The sharpness is there. It's almost like it was filmed yesterday. It's that good of an upscale. So there you go. That's The Elephant Man. Next up is a Stanley Kubrick classic, which is Full Metal Jacket. I bought the big box set to go with it, but I've only took the Armory out to show you. I put this on downstairs as soon as I got it, and it's a full screen picture. It's none of the letterbox bars or anything like that. And my word, again, it's such an upscale. I think, depending on the studio, they can either have a crap upscale or a really good one. I don't think there's any kind of middle ground, and this is a very, very good one. Yeah, it's how they've done it, I don't know, but it's just so clear and crisp. You watch it, and one of the things that I notice is when I was starting to watch a film in 4K and the credits come up and it's an older film, and like the titles come up, you can always tell when the titles come up, like Full Metal Jacket or Alien or Elephant Man or whatever it may be. You can tell the crispness of those letters defines what the movie's going to be like upscaled, and I think this is stupendous. Great film itself, but I can't get over how good the picture quality is of this, and you even notice it more because it's full screen, and I think that helps a lot sometimes when you're upscaling films and you want to watch film. Same with if it's a 3D picture, I prefer it to be in full screen on your telly as opposed to the letterbox, because it gives more of the in-depth immersion screen experience. So next up is Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket. The next one I want to recommend to you is Brad Pitt in Fury, a David Ayer film, or Ayer. It took me 2 goes to get into the film itself, but once into it, I enjoyed it. I did have this normally on Blu-ray. I sold the Blu-ray and I upgraded it to 4K. Again, this looks immense in 4K. Another one to show off to your friends, especially if you've got a good sound system, because the sound system on this is very, very good. The booming of the tanks, the moving of the artillery, the moving of the soldiers, the discussions in the tanks of the soldiers, the looks on the faces of the soldiers when they're in there, the crispness and the pause of the faces, the sweat you can see on them. It's just a very, very clear and excellent picture. But yeah, I don't have Dolby Atmos, and although this has it, I'd love to hear it in Dolby Atmos, especially if it's cranked up to the max. So anyway, so my next one is Fury. The next movie is the one that is my number one go-to film. So if any of my friends do come around, I know I said Fury and say it's one of my go-tos, as well as like Elephant Man, A Full Metal Jacket, etc. But if somebody wants to see a good, clear, crisp picture, then you can go no further than the opening scene of Gemini Man. Yeah, again, like I said, I keep repeating myself, and apologies that I do. I don't want to get into the film. I know that this isn't everybody's cup of tea of a movie. And I know that people don't like 60 frames per second, but I do. And I think this looks really, really crisp. I mean, as soon as I got this, put it on, my dad and my mum came around the next day, and I said, look at this. And they were like, okay, yeah, I can see the difference in 4K now. It's so good, even throughout the film. But there's a bit at the beginning where he's on his stomach and he's looking through the scope, and you can see the grass, and it just looks immense. I've never seen a crisper 4K picture than the beginning scenes of Gemini Man. So if you're wanting to get someone to show your friends how good 4K is and they've never seen 4K, or get the opening scene of, Gemini Man on 4K and blow their minds, because it is very, very good. Yeah, but that's it really. That's all I can say about the Gemini Man. It's my go-to. So if you want a really, really good picture, and I cannot recommend this enough, it's Gemini Man. So this is the final film, and this part one of my Blu-ray upscale to 4K recommendations. It's my favourite film of all time, so I'm guessing if you know the channel and you know me, you know it's going to be Gladiator. I remember watching this in the cinema. I remember getting it on, my dad importing it, I think, from America on DVD. And at the time, my dad had surround sound, so he had the two speakers here, he had the bass box, he had the two speakers at the front, and it's the first gladiatorial battle in the arena, in the Colosseum, with Maximus basically leading his troops, or well, fellow gladiators, together to huddle in this battle that they've arranged for him. And you can go round and round with the chariots that come out, and you can hear the music booming. It is so good. So when the 4K came out, obviously I would get it because it's my favourite film. But again, the upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray, and then from Blu-ray to here, is extraordinary. Again, it's such a clear quality picture. Again, I know I said about the DVD was a great surround sound, so this is just going to be 10 times more. It's just such, I don't know, I could just go on about this film all day. I could go on about the film all day, but the picture quality is very good as well, especially the opening scenes in Germany, where he says, on my command, unleash hell. That bit in there, the music is just booming. It's brilliant. So my final recommendation of part one of this series is Gladiator. There you go. So thank you for sticking along to the end, even though I've had a costume change halfway through it. Those are my recommendations so far. If you have got these films and you think the pictures are not as good that I can see, we've all got different eyes and the way we see things. It can all be interpreted differently. Let me know. Part two obviously will be coming next week or the week after, and then part three, and I think I'm just going to finish at part three. And hopefully I'll just cram everything into that. So again, like I said, give me some of your recommendations, but you may see those films that you recommend in later on in the series and other videos that I'm going to do. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon. This is Jody Paul, last surviving member of Magpie Movies, signing off, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.